Koalas are one of the most identifiable animals in Australia, and all around the world for that matter. They are well-loved marsupials because of their adorable distinguishing features, their iconic fluffy grey ears, big brown eyes, and their famous docile nature. Unfortunately, our beloved koalas are facing the greatest threat of their lives, extinction. There are several factors that have caused koalas to become a critically endangered animal. The greatest cause is deforestation. Their natural habitats are being destroyed, with a shocking amount of 80% of eucalyptus forests being cleared for farming and urbanisation. Koalas cannot survive without eucalyptus leaves. It is their source of both food and shelter. When their habitats progressively shrink, they have no other choice but to live near cities and are often killed by cars, domestic pets, and falling into swimming pools. Climate change is another serious factor. Koalas suffer from heat waves and droughts, which are becoming more and more frequent. Luckily, there are places across Australia with the sole purpose of preserving this amazing species. Today, we are at the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, exploring the lives of koalas who are in these enclosures and to realise how important they are for our Australian identity and to ensure their survival. We had the opportunity to speak with the head koala keeper, Karen Nelson, who has dedicated herself to the sanctuary for over 20 years. So what does the day-to-day life look like at the Koala Sanctuary for the koalas?
For the koalas, it's pretty much like you would expect for any animal. We spend most of our time making sure that they've got somewhere clean to live, that the areas that they live are well maintained, that they've got good food to eat, all of those kinds of things. So as for any animals, most of our time is taking up providing food and cleaning, but also we go through and we check every one of our koalas every day just to make sure that they're still healthy and that they haven't come to any harm overnight, like they haven't hurt themselves or they haven't become unwell. And we have over 100 koalas here, so that's a fairly large undertaking for a daily task, but we do get to know all of our koalas individually, which is really important in being able to determine whether or not they're feeling healthy.
You see them in pretty much every Australian postcard, yet finding a koala in suburban areas like this is practically unheard of. Lone Pine has been caring for koalas since it was founded in 1927. It is the world's oldest and largest facility and is the home for over 100 koalas. It's devastating that koalas are facing increasing risk of endangerment, but places like the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary remind us of how important they are to our Australian identity. Viewers who are watching this, what can we do to help you guys with your research and looking after koalas and making sure that they stick around?
A lot of people can do more than they think. You can still do very small things like being very aware of the products that you use. So using recycled paper and toilet paper and all that kind of thing so that we don't lose so many of our forests. Watching out where you're driving. If you see warning signs letting you know koalas are around, you can avoid actually hitting one, because that is one of the major factors that kills koalas is cars. It's going to help all of the other natives that are around also. Another thing people probably wouldn't think of is if you have a swimming pool, just make sure that there's something in the pool that they can use to climb out. Koalas can swim, they just can't climb our pools because they're so smooth and they can't get a grip on it.
Hundreds of celebrities from all around the world have shown their support for the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. Their photos are displayed proudly in the cafeteria hall to show how important these creatures are, not only for our tourism, but our identity of Australia. While the problem may seem larger than life to help, there is something each of us can do to prevent the extinction of our beloved koalas. There is no doubt that koalas are amazing and unique animals, but the threat of extinction is seemingly more and more inevitable. Thankfully, places like the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary and their team of passionate keepers are spreading awareness across Australia. With their research, hard work and the help of Australians, hopefully our nation will continue to be the home of koalas for many years to come.